people like, hey, move your leg. And the guy picks his leg up and he keeps picking up 20s.
Hey, welcome everybody to Friday Night at the Crib. I hope at least a couple of you have had a chance to watch Rampage Live. There's a lot of interesting information.
Stuff.
Yeah, that's come out of that. I'm not sure it's going to make a lot of people happy as far as the player base in the whole. I guess the highlight is that this is your last shot at the 115. This FM, after this FM, the 115 is going to drop. It's going to be replaced by a 112, which is the semi-junior version of the 117. So if you don't have your dragons built, there's still going to be the opportunity to hit the 111, which is going to be a grind with the prices of everything. I guess we could start with that. I personally just find this to be just way too fast. Considering the lack of communication until this point in time as far as when this was actually going to happen, I find it kind of disappointing. And I guess we'll go on from there. I'm going to have a call for any more wall builders. G-Daddy is on, willing to build walls if he gets a competitor. Lady Cat was going to be the champion, but she's at Daytona Bike Week at this point, so she's not here. So if anybody wants to jump in and compete against G-Daddy to build some walls, and we'll explain the rules if we get a second participant. But let me go ahead and introduce everybody. From left to right, we have Toxic.
G'day everyone, how are we doing?
Magic Mike.
Come at me, bro.
Yeah. Grimace.
Hey, y'all.
G-Daddy. And Grey Wolf, Ed Grey Wolf.
Hey guys.
And this is Hefe. I guess we'll get on to the second subject, which is the upcoming raid prize, which is a skirmish prize, which is also disappointing in my mind. What does everybody feel about how is everybody ready to hit the 117 or potentially the 112 without seeing it? So I guess we'll talk about the 117 since we have knowledge of that.
Well, first question you must ask, how many points is the 112 worth? If it's the same as what the 15 was, then, and it's the same sort of target, then doesn't really bother.
Like I said, it's going to be like a 17. It's going to be like a junior 117. It's not going to be like the 115. It's going to be. Have you looked at the 117?
No,
it's a different sort of target. It's a different sort of target. It doesn't allow you to use monoliths and zealots, at least terribly well. So it's more of an icebreaker / Inferno Dragon target. I know everybody has a lot of, hopefully everybody has a lot of tokens for the icebreaker, but that's not the optimal haul for this. So
as far as my understanding, most people don't even have the new fleet completely done yet, let alone figured out how to take a 117 completely reasonably.
Yeah, from what I've seen, most people don't even have it halfway done.
Well,
yeah.
and we're talking about people with the hull. Like, what about all the people that didn't even get the hull?
Right. True.
Yeah, I was. How many points? Does anybody remember how many points the 111's worth? It's been so long since I hit one.
I think it's 100.
100 or 150, one of them? Let's see.
Yeah, it's 100. It's 150. It's half of what the 115 is.
It is 150.
Okay. So basically, for players that still want to use their Monolith and Zealous, it's basically twice the time that you were before,
And a
because
103K.
the 115 is worth 300K.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was a lot of talk about removing chores and whatnot. I don't know. Does anybody think this is getting it accomplished?
Well, we haven't seen a 12 yet, so it may be really easy. Not that it's gonna be, but maybe it will be. We don't know. And the 117, I mean, that'll be like a few more weeks down the track before I get there. I've got my second, what do you call it, building, my second dragon building, and that's still 7 days to go, and I still haven't built all my hydras yet. So
I'm going to make an assumption that the 112 will be somewhat doable with icebreakers, but you'll want to use the Inferno, but people won't have their Infernos done yet.
Well, it's retro. He mentioned that the icebreakers on a fully retro, which doesn't mean retro. It means retro labbed, not retrofitted. Which, as I recall, it takes about a month. I didn't even start on it, but from what I've seen, it's like it's a couple days at the beginning, and then at the end, it's 8-9 days, whatever. It's not, and that's 5 steps. So I think it's close to a month. I don't know if anybody's retroed their icebreakers. I have not even started because I didn't even see this coming.
No, neither have I.
Yeah. I'm expecting, once this happens, I'm expecting a fair deal of player pushback. I could be wrong. I'm not sure how effective that's going to be. I'm just sort of, I thought they were on the right track with the bounty and whatnot. But it appears that they've taken, a step or two back with making this change. Because this is going to take a lot more time for players to complete the FM, and if we're going to have this change every 4 months, that's not going to be. I don't know. I don't feel that's going to be good either. Especially if they're going to remove the other top target. I could understand if they would remove, like, okay, well, we're going to remove the 111 and keep the 115. That would make sense. But I don't know. I'm a little bit of a quandary. I'm a little bit saddened by the news, to be honest.
Yeah. Unfortunately, all the good things that they've done. I mean, like I said, I'm just hypothetically talking here. All the good things that they've done in the last, month or two, with the bounty and all that sort of thing, that's going to be overshadowed, or will be overshadowed, by a bad FM target.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's
and even though they've done 10 things good and one thing bad, no one will remember the 10 good things. It'll only be the bad thing that everybody concentrates on.
Well, and FM is so vital to our game too. It's a main part of the game, and to mess something up like that, and it just depends on how it's perceived by the majority of players, I guess.
Yeah, it's sort of like, okay, it's like a guy that only has 3 fingers on one hand, and then they give him his 3 fingers back, and then they chop off his dick. Is that a good analogy?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not sure if that was a good analogy or not, but it sort of feels that way relative to the importance of the FM in the game, how much time they're going to be added into that.
Yeah, it was a Hefe analogy.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I came up with that one on the fly, but
it's kind of unfortunate too, because someone the other day was talking about how good they thought everything was going right now. It looked like we're going in the right direction, And my response was, give it a little bit, you know, like they got to kind of prove themselves that they can keep it going in that direction. And this doesn't seem like it's in the right direction.
Somebody always steps up with a monkey wrench.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It's disappointing. I was hoping, that he was going to give us good news. And I really wish that this information came out a month ago, as far as when they were going to drop the 115. I've been splitting my time between the Hydras and the Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I hadn't at this point.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I'm never going to do a Hydra target in the raid because I don't have the Blood Hydra and finally got 2 built. But I've tried to finish the second one and start the third one, and build the Dragons as well. And yeah, the Hydras will only built them now for the TFC, for the TLC that we may get where you will need both the Bucks and the Hydras. But for a raid, I won't get it done for the raid. And now with that news coming out, so I'll definitely won't be doing any Hydra building. I'll have to go into the Dragons. Otherwise, if you fall behind on the FM, you might as well not worry about it.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's true.
Well, and even with hitting a 115, and I mean, I do it for instant repair, if not no damage or whatever. So it's, it's not hard. It just takes a lot of time. And now with not having dragons, that's going to make the time to do the FM go up. It's going to double or whatever. Of course, I do have icebreakers, so if they work great in the 112, I may be complaining about nothing. But it already takes a long time, and then that just seems like it's going to make it take longer. So now I gotta try to crank out some dragons as fast as possible.
Well, to get top price, you have to do it 300,000. So that's 4 times for the chest, and then depending on what the prize is worth, between 4 and 5 times for the prize, and that's just to get the top target. And if there's anything that you need in the lower targets that you haven't done, so you need to do that as well. But that's an extra hit that make it 9, maybe 10 hits to get everything. So that's if that's with the 15, it takes you 9, 10 times. Then doing 11 it'll double that, yeah. And it's already taken way too much time as it is.
Yep.
Always the calm before the storm, though, isn't it? You know what I mean? They always give you something to be happy about, and then just chuck you back in deep end again. It's always the same.
Yeah, I mean, there's a possibility they'll call this, Bounty 7 the lube bounty. I mean, it's because it's the other thing that came out in Rampage Live was the fact that the main prize, the right hand tree, is going to be it's going to be a skirmish hall. Something to gain uranium with, which I'm not happy with either. It's supposed to be paired with your hunters and whatnot. Well, we need at this point, maybe they'll have prizes that are associated with this that are like, because we need something to defend our base, whether it's going to be a new turret or a new defender hall or whatnot. So on the left-hand side, there's going to be the dragon, and on the right-hand side, there's going to be the Proto Tideseeker, which is, what does everybody think about the fact that they're introducing a third skirmish hall within the cycle?
Well, the thing again is you have to ask, am I going to not be able to do something if I don't take it? That's the question.
No, it's whether the good thing is we haven't seen I haven't hit the 102 targets and whatnot. But one aspect of this is the fact that on the good side is they're not asking us to build it. If you claim the entire right-hand side of the tree, the ship, the special, and the weapon, they will deliver you a built one, or, a kickside built one with charged armors and whatnot. So you'll get one of those for free for earning those blueprints. So this may be sort of a throwaway raid to allow people to earn the Inferno Dragons. And it's just sort of like for everybody else, it's like, oh, okay, I get a free, Proto Tideseeker. It's, it's, I don't know. It's one, today confused me as far as the direction forward, because I thought we were on a really good path, and I'm, again, like I said, I'm sort of disappointed as far as they seem to be listening to the one percenters again, as far as like, oh yeah, we're fucking ready for this. Yeah, we're ready for the 117s, and everything I've heard from the player base is they are not ready for the 117s. This is just. I'm at a loss, so to speak, on this, because this does not appear to be what we were doing earlier with the bounty and whatnot, including all the players. Now we're just including the one percenters again, and it just feels like a bad move in my mind.
But like I said, will you, if you don't take the hull, if you don't take the Proto, is this something that you can do, or that it's going to be hard to do? Or, that's the thing. What about the people that don't have the dragon, that will have to take the left hand side? Is there something that they won't be able to do as easy as what the people that have got the dragon already, the blueprint already, and can take the Proto? That's the question I'm asking.
Yeah.
We'll never know, not until it happens.
Yeah, I mean, I was jumping to that assumption that basically at that point that the players that already have the dragon, this is sort of like a bonus thing. It's sort of a throwaway as far as like the path through to get to where you're supposed to be. Like if you missed it last time, this is not that it's not going to be good, but it's sort of a throwaway in the path. You're going to get a little bit of bonus as far as maybe you're going to hit up one level on your skirmish targets to get uranium. So you're hitting up like one level, and I think that's basically what's going to happen unless you can spend the time to build all of them. And again, we haven't seen the stats on this. I don't know.
I'm kind of confused.
Okay, go ahead, Grimace.
I'm kind of confused as to why we have these seemingly like super specialized holes now. So like we got the chameleon that seems like it's only geared for expeditions, and now we have this Proto Tideseeker that's supposed to go with hunters to do uranium targets. Like I don't get all that like super specialization. It's like they're getting more and more focused when they need to be going kind of the other direction.
Like I said, 1%ers, the 1% of the people, the top 1% of our coins, that's today what I heard as far as who they're catering to, as far as like, okay, I just want to auto this for I want to be able to auto all the targets. And that's why we have this ship. That's why we have the Proto Tideseeker. Oh, we're already on the 117s. Let's go ahead and just, turn the FM into a clusterfuck where most players can't do it and are spending twice as much time. We're going to lower the player base. I'm just, like I said, I'm not in a good place with this whole thing. Hey, Ram, how are you doing?
Good. How's everybody else?
Good.
Okay.
Just
are you here to build walls?
No. Whether it was for this show or the one on Saturday, I said they were doing away with the FM, and everybody said, no, they're not. No, they're not. Well, guess what? It going bye-bye.
Yeah, whatever. I might put you
So
on
you're the
mute
one
for the rest of the show.
You're the one that jinxed us.
No, I'm just the one that read the message and said it was going away.
Oh, well, we'll blame you anyway. It doesn't matter.
Okay, yeah.
Got to blame someone.
Yeah, just go ahead. I pulled the trigger. I did it. It's my fault.
No, but it's a fact that Kickside did this means that they completely ignored the player base, except for the 1% people. That's why I'm so beside myself as far as this whole thing.
I agree. There's several people that are just now getting ships together to do the 115s, and now they're out of luck again. Okay, now they're going to kill this FM. And how many people were actually able to take care of getting the boat in the last raid?
And they made it harder to rank. That was stupid. They really wanted to make
they didn't. There's coins out there right now that you can rank with.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, that's my point.
That is something that I have not mentioned. The fact that they increased the DXP required to skull the Dragon Inferno relative to the ships that we've seen before. It was 49K versus 75K. Stuff we were seeing before was 49K, and this is 75K. So a lot of people that were using the regular ranking methods were not able to rank up their ships. So maybe they're going to rank them up next time, but it required, more than, not.
Well,
it's 49K versus 75. It's.
And beside that, all the goodwill that they garnered last week with a fun bounty to a player, almost everyone had fun. And if you wanted to, you could compete and play and get prizes. And 6 days later, 7 days later, they step on their dick, and here we are again.
I mean, that's the way I see it. I mean, it's like, they had a good time last time, so if we're going to
we can't allow them to have fun. This is the no fun game. No. Here, let's fix the FM now.
Yeah, this is.
I haven't even watched the show. I'm just going off of what you said and how much rage I have for Rampage right now.
See,
bullshit.
All right.
Yeah,
but it's. Oh, well. Did you also hear that? Yeah, I think you were part of the. You were on the show when we talked about the Proto Tideseeker, right?
No, I haven't heard anything about the Proto Tideseeker. Is it $500?
No, it's reasonable cost wise. It's sort of a throwaway. It appears at this point. The Proto Tideseeker is the new ship that works with your hunters. It supposedly works well with your hunters. Again, consulting the source.
Wait. Don't we have a flagship for the hunters?
This is not a flagship.
I don't care. Don't we have a flagship for the hunters?
Yeah.
Why do we need something else that works good with the hunters?
Okay. Well, the only reason it's good is, I have not been overly positive. I try to find positive things to bring out during the show. The only thing positive is this is going to be on the right-hand side on the raid tree. And the left-hand side is going to be the Inferno Dragon. And if you claim the Proto Tideseeker, the special, and the weapon, you get a free kickside build of them already built in your shipyard. And that's going to end up being really fucked up with the people that are already maxed. I can just imagine how that's going to work out. Because they don't seem to think of the simple things at times. The fact that people are already at max shipyard, and then all of a sudden, unless they're going to give us like 5 more shipyard at the same time, and that would probably be cool for a lot of people.
So I know it was mentioned that this is kind of catering to the 1%, but
Darren said Rampage said the boxes okay, so probably okay. The Bucks is on the left hand side, so probably the Inferno Dragon is going to be in the the unlocked store is my hope. So I just want to clarify that statement.
You also have to claim all 3: the Garwood Gatling gun 2, And I forgot what the name of the special was. And if you get, and you said this already, but you have to claim all 3 to get that so-called free ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
So going back to you were kind of saying that this is more directed towards the top players, but I don't think top players have a problem getting uranium. So how does this ship really even make sense? Because once you get to a certain point,
because they want to auto. They want to auto.
Well,
but people are autoing with
Hey.
hunters anyway. They're hunting. They're autoing with the hunters and the Katies already. So like, why do we need?
Okay, if there aren't, what level are they autoing with the hunters?
102s.
Okay, how much? How much to prepare?
What's that?
How much repair is what I'm asking.
I don't know. I've seen people doing it though. So, and I've seen people mention that they auto it. So yeah, it may make it better, but I don't really understand why we need a whole separate ship for that, and how that really benefits them.
Because really what I was hoping for was a defender haul. We're no longer playing this minimum damage game against the tier 7. So, I mean, that was my hope. I mean, that's not what's happening. I mean, maybe it's going to happen. Who knows? There might be additional prizes, and they just didn't mention them. I don't know. You know, because a tier 7, you know, we have 2 tier 7 conquerors already out. We don't have a tier 7 defender yet. And we have 1 tier 7 executioner 2 out as far as a turret. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with the rest of the prize list to round things out, to try and make PvP make sense again. Because, you know, the MCX is, you know, there's no balance. And there really wasn't, there's never been a balance, really, in PvP as far as piece hitting, because it's like, you win, I win, you win, I win. Because they keep on swinging that pendulum too quickly. I'm sorry, go ahead. I was just, you know, I'll stop talking as much. I'm just sort of miffed by the whole thing.
Yeah, well, we don't know whether that was in the grand plan of things, or whether that was just a quick decision that they come up with to slow it all down again. Who knows?
Yeah.
Because if it keeps going, and a few more months, or a few more bounties and whatnot, we'll have all the different types of hulls that we can get, and then what?
Well, Toxic, once again, they had a great weekend last weekend. Everybody had fun, and then they screw it up this week. Why can't they stay out of their own way? Who cares what else they do? They just took a very positive thing for the first thing in 3 years or 2 years in Kixeye and kicked it in the teeth. Said, oops, we didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, no, we were saying that before. They've done 10 good things, and now that they're in the process of doing one bad thing, and that bad thing is going to overshadow all the good thing they've done before.
Well, I don't know what 10 good things they've done, but if you say there's 10, that's okay.
Well,
I don't think so, because there's been a hell of a lot more bad than there has good. I'm thinking 10 bad and 1 good, but now they think that they made a mistake by doing the good, so they're going to kill it.
No, they've done a few good things this year. So, and that then one bad thing with the FM is going to overshadow all that.
Well, it should. You've taken the most important aspect of the game away from 90% of the players.
That's what we're saying. Yeah.
So, anybody that wants to come on any show and give kudos to Kicks for what they're doing to the FM doesn't play the game.
No, you couldn't. Not from what I've heard. I mean, I didn't see the show, but from what I've heard, it doesn't make any sense, because 90% of the people, or of the player base, won't even have all the Phoenix, all the dragons built, not even the hulls.
You know what? I've got 4 almost fully built dragons, and it's back to the penalty phase of the original Scourge. If you make a mistake in one part, you're going to be 7, 8, 9 hours repair max or already. You can drive it good and get 2 to 2.5 hours.
Yeah, no, I was like, I was hoping that the 115 would stay on the map.
Now they said it wasn't going to, but they just didn't say it was going to be gone this fast.
Well, they said it would be gone after the raid, which is actually after this cycle. So we're not going to see it again.
Now, I read the post from whoever it was that said that it would go away, but they didn't say when. And then in the show today, they said after the raid.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
So that's what I'm saying. Originally, they didn't. So it gave people hope that they might be able to get 3 or 4 months out of it and be able to use it. Because, I mean, let's face it. How long ago did they change the 115? 2 months ago? To its current state? And now it's already gone? And this was after promising us last year that they weren't going to really change it?
Yeah.
Well, again, the one saving grace may be that since some people are having limited success with icebreakers in the 117, they may do well enough in the 112s to kind of keep carrying people forward if you have those. And a lot of people do. So,
how much damage do you guys think is acceptable to take in a target like that?
Well, in a weekly chore where you need, a lot of points, well, you can't have much damage, because if you have much damage, then you won't be able to do the task. And if you can't do the task, you can't play the game. If you can't play the game, then, they're
That's
just
my point. If you can do the whole target for, let's say, an hour damage for 500,000 points, does that make you happy?
I think that's probably at the upper end of what I'm comfortable with. Yeah. I would say between 30 minutes and an hour per target.
I'm in the half hour group. If I can do it for half an hour damage, I won't complain at all.
I mean, I wouldn't be ecstatic over that, but I would take it.
And that's only given that they're for sure making sure, because of those uncounterable targets or weapons, executioners, they're making sure you're going to take some damage.
Sure.
So knowing that you are going to take some damage, if I could escape with a half an hour range type damage after driving correctly, I wouldn't complain.
Have you been able to shoot down every mortar yet?
I haven't tried much myself.
I've got, for the most part,
mine are finished.
2 gales on every boat, and I still take mortar damage, and that's not stopping. So there's some explosive damage for you. Then you hit the executioners, you can shoot down the majority, if not all of them, but you can't touch the green ones.
Right.
So there's some damage you can't mitigate. So what they're doing is they're building it so that you will lose a fleet upon completion, and if you slow repair, it will take you a day to get your boats back. So they're trying to force it to where people have to log in every day to complete the mission. It's what it seems like to me. I can't speak for them, but looking at the math, that's what I see.
Yeah, they're trying to keep people in the game as long as possible for whatever reason.
It's because the longer you're here, the more you have an opportunity to coin, not the more that you will coin. But see, I see it the other way, where you could come in and you could complete your chore in an hour or two, and then do the aspects of the game that you enjoy. Now you can't do that.
Right. Yeah, because you spend all your time doing the chores.
Exactly. So we're back to chore pirates.
Yep.
Well, you spent some time on the 117 as far as
they
building
suck.
And
they suck.
Yeah. But if you notice any trends, I've watched some videos. I haven't really hit that many myself.
I've hit a buttload of them.
Yeah. I mean, if you notice any weirdness, I mean, what I see is like that gray-green thing. Is that actually doing missile or explosive damage, or is it doing
I thought
plasma
it was
damage?
explosive. I thought it was doing explosive, but
That's
I don't know.
That's the red charge, right? The explosive.
Yeah,
I don't know. Hefe, were you on that stream when Venom did the hit live with his? Yeah, it was during that stream.
Yeah.
Did you see how much he took? 6.
And he still had his charge. He still had his charge. That's what I.
Well,
that's why I asked.
He had a little bit of charge, but his ships were half gone.
Okay, right? The thing that I've noticed, you're talking about oddities in the 117, is I have 3 boats, full armor, 1 boat, not full armor. They all live to complete the target, and there's not that much damage between the boats that have full armor and the 1 boat that only has 1 piece of armor each.
Yeah, that's why I'm bringing up plasma. So I'm wondering if that gray-green thing is plasma damage or defendable damage, or they're doing something else with minimum. Like we've all been introduced to pass-through associated with deflection. There's a pass-through associated with resistance as well. And I'm just wondering if that's what's happening, because a lot of people are getting frustrated associated with trying to figure that target out.
Yeah,
and I'm wondering if that's.
I spent $100 to $150 trying to figure it out.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if they're doing something.
I've got one on live if you want to watch it.
Okay, cool. I think I know what you're going to say, but if you go and hover over and do the info, it gives you the strengths and the weaknesses. It's exactly the same as the 115. Okay, so they probably haven't updated it, but by now there's no excuse for not having updated it. So it would lead you to believe that you could use a similar fleet to do both.
Yeah, and Hefe, this is another thing that you're going to absolutely love. That one little strange boat that's going up to the corner up there, yeah, that is a Savage, and it does mitigate some extra damage.
Yeah, but you're not screen sharing. You're not screen sharing, Ron. No.
All right, you got screen share. I clicked the button.
Yeah.
Push it harder.
Is he screen share for anybody else, or just not me?
No.
Okay.
Now?
Yeah. No.
There we go.
No. Yes.
And can everybody see a target? I got to keep it this way so I can drive it.
Yes. Or I can see.
The Savage is up in the corner.
Mm-hmm. And the Savage is providing 50% additional missile resistance or penetrative resistance. What?
You're already kidding.
Well, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I've not got a Savage anyway. I've got 4 of the dragons, but only 1 weapon, 1 special, and 1 anti on each. 1 Gale 3 on each. Only 4 built. So I'm a bit pissed off as well. Because I could do the 115s for free. Which I'm still building my walls at the moment, doing your wall contest, I think.
Well, we need to have a competitor. I mean, nobody wants to go against.
Nobody can compete.
Everybody's afraid of G Daddy. Everybody's afraid of G Daddy.
Nobody can compete with me on walls.
Yeah. Well, you're not. Well, except for the fact that the reason that half of these people are and compete is they've already finished all their walls.
Yeah, I didn't bother.
But I think there's medication associated with that. I mean, I can't. After a couple of minutes, I run out of patience on the walls personally.
I was waiting for competition to say 500 gold to build 60 walls to level 10.
No, it's the winner. We're trying to develop a line.
That's what you said, didn't you? First one to build 60 walls to level 10 gets 500 gold.
You might have heard that, but yeah, it's not what I said, but it's all good.
Okay.
All good.
That'll work.
But no, I'm trying to get a second wall builder. I mean, it is a little bit odd the fact that nobody's willing to build walls for 30 minutes.
Have you noticed though that you don't have to wait for it anymore. You can now just click it. Look, next one. Just click it now. You don't have to wait for it anymore. Have you noticed that?
Okay. No, I haven't. I
You
mean,
still have to
it's
wait for purchase, but you just can click the next one.
yeah, I just need to fix it. I need to fix that part of the game.
Yeah,
You know, again, you know, the wall building became less of a priority after what happened on Live Rampage today, where you know they're changing the FM significantly and way too quickly.
yeah, I think that's a bad decision, really. I was saying earlier, but obviously you couldn't hear me, that it's not the fact that we're not ready for the 117. A lot of people aren't, but a lot more was only just ready to do the 115 and they've pulled it. So if the 112s don't like the 117, we're all screwed, really. We're down to next to no many points again.
Mm-hmm.
That's the hard thing about it.
You like the grind, Daddy, right?
I don't mind grinding. Yeah. I don't mind it.
Yeah. So you can keep on hitting the 111 for people that are upset about it. But I thought hitting the 115s was a grind, to be honest.
Right, yeah. I thought the 115 was a grind as well. You still had to do 4 of them, didn't you, to get tier 5 prize?
You had to do more than 4.
Yeah.
At least I did. But you had to unlock it.
Well, yeah, to get
you had to unlock it, and then you had to, then you had to do another 4. Then you had to do another couple more to do the rest of it. So it was more around 10.
Hey,
It was
not
around
even started.
10, 11.
Yeah,
Hey,
not
Ryan,
even
did
started
you
my
just do the
FM.
outside?
No,
Yeah.
what I did right there was I went through and took out all of the destroyers,
The
so
spotters.
the destroyers, so that the mastodons wouldn't fire. Okay, so right now
Okay.
the damage is acceptable to a certain point. I've got a lot less charged on the 5, and this is where I would always come in and retreat just to get a replenish to go do the rest of the target. So let's look and see what kind of damage it is right now, should I choose to repair, which I won't. Okay, so we click on repair, and that's 40 minutes, which if that were the entire target, I'd be okay.
I could live with that.
I'd be okay. That's not a problem. And I want you to also notice when we go back in that there's one place where you take more damage than anywhere else on the map, and I can't find a way to get rid of it. And you'll see it when it pops up because you go, oh, wow, look at that. So I'm going to go in and stop. And I'm going to go back to where I can see the screen. Sorry if everybody else has trouble seeing it. When you come into the map and you hit in this area right here, and it's not the missiles firing at you, because I'll kill the mastodons independently so they don't get a chance to fire. But when you're at this point in the map right here, in this general area, you take a lot more damage than you do anywhere else on the map. And I don't know why.
If you're actually traveling through that area, or
You travel.
attacking that
I'll
area.
travel as best I can. I'll go through and hit the outside again and just stop. I saved the inside for last. Now, the one thing that I've been working on is I think it's almost better with the dragon's breath to bounce out and hit these guys square on, because the dragon's breath will fire here and get rid of the walls faster.
So rush in.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah.
Kills the target a little bit quicker. Nothing else is firing right in a second until you get there, and then here come the little green things. Boom, 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 boom. You can't do anything about them. The faster you kill those executioners, obviously, the fewer of the green things that can fire.
Makes me wonder if you can play the game but not do the FM.
No, you're going to miss out on all the things in the free build.
Not worry about the raids and just play the bounty and hit bases.
Yeah, see, that's where I've been leaning, because that's what I like.
I wonder if you could do that.
But then they put a lot of specials in the FM.
Yeah, that's
And
where you
see,
get
look,
most of
since
the
I
stuff
don't
that you
have
need to
dragon's
add.
breath, I'm sitting here longer. Okay, but if I pop back over and give that dragon's breath a chance to recharge, which is not going to make any difference now because his walls are gone.
It's not a constant. weapon? The
Hey,
dragon's breath? It has
look
to
at my.
charge?
Huh? No, it's not constant. It's almost like it's got to charge up.
No
Because see, it
kidding.
would be firing if it weren't. Look at my.
It's lighting up the
charged armors.
walls. Yeah.
I've done not quite half of the target as far as just the walls and everything. And I'll stop it like I did a while ago and spread it out so you can see the charge. And look at the damage. It's double the damage already.
Zoom in at this point.
Okay, number 5 is the one that only has one
gone.
piece of each.
It's almost
But
gone.
look at the damage.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Look at the damage. There's no difference in damage, even though the rest of them have plenty of charged
Oh, that's
armor
true.
left on them. The damage is the same.
Somehow that doesn't make sense.
No, we're taking splash damage instead of damage to the armors.
I mean, does that mean that my whole idea that there's plasma damage associated with this, or like
No, it's whatever's coming from those green the executioners.
you said no, but what does that mean? As far as
Is there a way to pinch them?
Do you want to actually build 5 pinches or 10 pinches to do a target?
No.
I mean, yeah, you could do everything. It sucks having to retreat.
I wasn't sure how far away they were from each other.
You have to do them independently. Look at this. Look at the rest of the charged armors. Okay, on 2, 3, and 4, for the most part, it's less than the orange on all of them. On every single one of them, it's identical. But you get down here with only one charged of each, and look how much more there is on the red one than there is on the gold one.
Oh, two questions. No, well, one is not much of a question. I don't think you can put war plating on, can you? That's a Conqueror only thing, isn't it?
Okay,
yes.
so we were at 39 minutes a second ago for repair, and now I don't want to attack. Give me my boat. We are at 1 hour and 28 minutes.
It's the
Doubled.
same amount of damage almost.
Now it stinks.
Now,
Well, it's still only one more coin. I mean, to be honest, it went from 2 coins to 3. So it's only one more coin, but the amount of damage seems to have doubled, yes.
And
But
you're
if
not
you're trying
done
to
yet.
do it without, if you're trying to do it without coins, and you say send your fleet in there and hit a 117, it's going to take you how many hours to rebuild your ships to do it again, and then do it again, and then if there's extra things in the FM that you want to get, that you have 3 or 4 or 5 million that you need to get all the stuff, it ain't going to happen for a lot of people.
Go ahead. I'm talking a lot.
The damage is explosive and penetrative. Yes.
Correct.
Supposed to be.
Now, now I wonder if I mean that it'll cost a lot of coin and it'll take a long time. But I wonder if you'd put a radiation armor on it, if it works. I don't know. Can you put or is that especially for
There's no radio active in there.
well, not that we know of.
No.
But you can't put they're not. They're all classed siege and whatnot and assault. So you can only put X and M armors on. You couldn't even try
See, it's dead and it still fired 3 of the green missiles. How you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the charged armor already.
Bet you if you could put all the armors on, one of the other charged armors would stop the
Yeah, look at the damage.
the
Look at the
splash
charged
damage.
armors.
Yeah, that's to do with Magnus. Magnus and that I started so I'll finish. When the turret's dead, it still fires.
There's got to be something else on that some other damage base that's on that missile.
Yeah.
Whether it be corrosive or radiation or.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If you could put all the other charged armors on, then one of them would stop that damage. I bet you any money. Unless it's plasma, like Hefe says. that you can't stop. It doesn't matter what you put on.
You know, Rum, it's a good thing you got those luxury armors on there.
Yeah, isn't that the truth?
So you said you spent $150 on this fleet, and how much? We're gonna be curious at the end of the day. Like how much repair are you gonna have hitting this target?
Oh, it'll come up 2.5 hours if it's not there already, and it's not done yet. Okay, so now I'm going to zoom in. Okay, look at where our charged are. Okay, we're still okay on 2, 3, and 4, about running exactly even. Look at 5.
Yeah.
And you said 5 was the one that had a single of each?
5 has a single of each. I'll show you that here in a second if I can.
Let's
Now,
do it
the other thing is I haven't decided what my last special is that I want to put on here. It will increase the damage output, which it'll increase my damage output, which will decrease the damage that I take. But still, this is unacceptable. Okay,
And how much is the Savage saving you? So for folks that don't have
half the missile damage.
So if you didn't have that in there, you'd be
taking more damage.
Yeah, you'd be taking much more damage.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is.
So you'd be over 3
hours. 5 coins, so it's increased by 2. The time is 2 hours, 19 minutes.
What I don't get is why it's Savage Kodiak actually helping you. What's it giving you extra?
50% penetrative resistance.
Yep.
Penetrative, right? Got you. Okay, I ain't got the Savage.
So your special would need to be a pen deflection or something, right?
If you look down at the bottom, its flagship effect affects all ships in the fleet. Affects ships, penetrative defense 50%, penetrative reload 50%, which there is none. But I mean, the penetrative defense is 50%.
Right. Okay. Thank you. I ain't got one of them.
So that's what your special has to be then, right?
Okay. So there's 3X armors, 2 M's. Okay. And that one's got 5. That one's got 6.
3X 2M's, yeah.
3X 2M's. And then you get over here, and it's 1X 1M. And again, only 5 specials. And I'm doing 1,865% wall damage. Building damage is half that. Okay, so we're 2 hours and 19 minutes. And that's the third retreat to recharge the armors.
And that cost you how much, that flight?
Remember, this is not the final
I know.
difficulty of the target.
How much
they said they were going to ramp it up.
Yeah. This is going to blow up.
They didn't say they were going to ramp it down. They're going to ramp it up.
Correct.
Yep.
But that might be the same time that they put a lead ship in for it, and it might have a.
They said that would be several months away.
Yeah, but how soon till they ramp it up though? Are they going to ramp it up at about the same time, or are they going to ramp it up sooner?
I wish I could answer that question.
If it was going to be sooner, then there's no.
All I know is whatever it is, I'm not happy with it, no matter what.
It seems to me like they've gone off idea of ramping it up and bring out a lower target so that it's easier to do. Apparently.
Look at that! I took a hit from a mortar that's a mile away, and it's full.
I'm pissed off that they're taking away 115s.
Well, sure. Nobody, if you didn't take the boat in the last raid, you don't have an opportunity to build it.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't had an opportunity to get it.
Yeah, and also they created a odd economy when they made the Skullet.
Okay, now look at the damage on that boat. It's almost halfway. And what is there that makes it all of a sudden jump up that much damage?
Just in that area.
You were getting hit a lot by mortars.
Oh,
what you need to do, record that bit, just that last little bit, at a super high resolution, and then play it back at slow-mo and see what happens when. That'd be the only thing you can really do. Because for me, it's impossible to say. I can't even see the missile, the projectiles properly.
That is not a great job of driving. It's an adequate job of driving. It's what you would almost expect for an average. And 3 hours, 4 minutes, 7 coins.
With the Kodiak.
With the Kodiak.
It's going to be interesting.
What are they actually doing with the 112s? I mean, they're making a bigger target, which is a 117. They're taking away a 115, which people can now do. And they're bringing in a 112, what we haven't got a clue what it's going to be like. So what are they actually trying to do?
I appreciate what you're saying there, but I need to interject one thing. Not everybody has been able to do the 115s. They just got through the refits to be able to do the 115s.
Yeah.
And now it's more of a slap in the face. If they used coins to do it, it's like those tokens to do it. Those coins are now negated.
All right. So that's what the question is. What are they expecting to do with the 112? Are they expecting that the people who could do the 115 should be able to piss all over the 112? Or
I don't know.
What?
No, they're trying to get you. They're trying to get you to build dragons.
Yeah, but you didn't have an opportunity to get dragons.
Yeah, but why not just bring out the 117, leave the 115, and if you want to bring a 112 in, bring it in, but let us have the 115 still.
Because nobody's going to want to do the 117. They're not going to want.
I'm assuming the 112s. I'm assuming the 112s will be able to be done probably by a couple of dragons if they're built well. So that's kind of like your stepping stone as you're getting them built. You can do the 112s.
You're assuming that. You're assuming that.
Yeah, you're assuming that.
I'm totally assuming.
I'm
totally assuming, but it's
a direct analogy on this is the New Coke deal. You give everybody the 115s and call it Coke and everything's good. But hey, we got this new thing over we're going to call New Coke, which is the 117. Nobody wanted the New Coke, so they're going to go back to Coke. Now, what would happen? What would happen to Coca-Cola's stock?
Everybody heard my analogy earlier. Do you like the New Coke versus regular Coke, or do you like what I said earlier?
I didn't hear what you said earlier. I'm sorry.
It's the Hefenology that he was saying earlier.
Well, somebody else could repeat it. I already said it once.
Well, I say the first part of it. A man's
I didn't know I was in competition with Hefe on analogies.
No, it had something to do with like a couple of your fingers getting removed, and then they gave them back. And they gave them back, and then they chopped your penis off instead. And that's it had to be viewed at the appropriate time. But that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, all I know is you go from being happy to being pissed off again.
Yeah. It's not a good move that they made, and I assume they know that it's going to piss off the player base. It's just a matter of how much it pisses off the player base.
You know what? Why can't they come face it instead of being cowards and hide behind a no reply, no question, 10-minute segment? And, oh, by the way, the 115s are going away today. Thank you. Why don't they come on the shows and freaking answer questions directly instead of being pussies?
Because they don't get paid for that.
Somebody does.
No, they get paid to make a game and make people play that game. That's it.
Well, who's pulling the strings?
There's got to be somebody pulling strings at the top. There's got to be somebody who's not happy with the decision of people not paying for the game.
Yeah, but
it's even the people that are not
paying for the game.
It's different than that. I mean, it's not that people aren't paying; it's the people that are.
Doing it for free.
That's a whole different conversation. I'm not even going to get into that right now. It's just as far as how the game is.
Well, it's usually when I can do it for free, then it gets changed, and I've got about 3 weeks on.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's obvious. I mean, once G Daddy can figure it out, we need to fucking change this game.
Yeah.
But beyond that, there's a larger issue besides G Daddy issue. But I don't know. This is one of those larger issues in my mind. as far as, you know, nobody, even people that coin are not happy with the 117s. And now they've made them pretty much the only target unless you want to grind all day. So that's what I find is a problem.
It slows the game down, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're going to spend twice as much time, at least.
No,
Fucking least.
there are some people.
At least,
No,
you need to consider the fact. You need to consider the fact that the way that they spawn the targets onto the map, that even if it's you're getting half the points, those 111s are going to disappear really quickly.
Yeah, because everybody's going to be hitting them. Because that's the only thing that anybody wants to hit.
Do you mean
112?
Exactly.
You got also half the crowd that will go out, hit a 117, put their boats on to repair overnight and not log in. Which is what I would like to see everybody do for a week.
Yeah,
instead of coining and instead of speeding up the repairs or whatever, is hit a target, put the boats to bed, and go do something else.
that depends on how long it takes you to do that target, how much repair you get, and how many points you get as well.
You just saw what I did with the 117. You saw how long it took, and that's not far off from regular.
And how many points were that worth?
It's 500,000.
500, is it? Right.
Well, people spend more money when they're happy with the game. I think we saw in Bounty, at least people that I talked to that normally don't coin were coining because they were having fun.
Hell yeah, it was fun.
And when you're like punishing them, basically, I mean, these targets, these 117s almost look like punishment. You know, it's like when you're being punished, you're not going to pay. You're going to find something else to do.
Well, I mean, I think we're not going to have much of a choice on this one.
No, I think people can push back. I mean, people have pushed back on previous FMs.
Right.
I mean, you can say that, but this makes zero fucking sense to me. You know,
see, okay,
if you've been watching the show, I'm pissed off.
I did not get a chance to watch the show. I just got in and got a chance to come in. But I was discussing this a bunch this past week, and I think the issue is that, and we're all going to push back on this, we all don't like this, is that they want us to take damage in the FM. That was the whole point of them going to the 115, and it was so much damage that it just flopped, right? So now,
and this is different how?
Well, this one, I mean, I've done this target for 45 minutes of damage. I just ran 45 minutes of damage.
How much did you spend to do that?
How much did I spend on what?
Not coins, but tokens. How much?
Oh, I've refit the fuck out. This is all I've been working on for this since I got them in the raid. I've been working on them since the day I got them in the raid. But the build is done, and it's taken 45 minutes of damage.
Is it with or without the Kodiak?
It's without the Kodiak.
Okay. But not saying that 45 minutes of damage is a good thing.
No, it's not a good thing.
How much like tokens, whatever.
Every single token, every single day that I've had, and I've spent. Do you want an answer, or do you want an answer, Hefe, or can you let me answer?
Okay. Go ahead.
I mean, I've spent every single day since the raid. I've spent every single token that I've earned, and I've blown probably 200 or 300 gold at least.
Wow.
Getting this stuff tested just to figure it out. And I mean, the builds are still going to be like, they still need to get completely finished, but I know what's going on now in the target. Like, I know what the build's going to be.
Right.
So, and
is there any radioactive damage in there? Is one of the questions we've been asked on panel tonight.
Is it what?
Is there any radioactive?
Plasma is the word we used.
And
I don't think it's plasma. I think what they did was, instead of like, you know, the mortars doing explosive damage, I think they fucking do both damages. I think everything in that target does both damages. It's the weirdest fucking target I've had to figure out in a while.
So they do for both damages.
Both damages, as in explosive and
penetrative.
Yeah, but then think about this: you only have 5 armor slots, so you can't do equal protection.
Right.
Yeah.
And now the other thing that I actually the question that arose when I was doing this testing is, and I don't know an answer to this, but secondary damage, does the charge offset secondary damage? Or does that go straight to resistance? See, I don't know that answer.
No,
Like my initial reaction was, yeah, of course the charge will mitigate secondary damage, but now I'm not too sure. I don't know. It's brought up a lot of questions in the testing. And then the catch is I don't know if that's, this isn't even the problem that I have. The bigger problem out of all of it is that this isn't a full strength target.
Not exactly. And if you
That's-
post your build,
There you go.
if
That's
you
the
post
catch.
your build right now and people build to it and they change it or up it, they're going to be up your ass.
Well, they know they're gonna. We already know they're gonna up it.
I know.
Yeah.
So you can't say that the build is done.
The question is though, are they going to up it in a 117 or are they going to turn it into a 119 and then drop it down to like example 112? Are they going to bring out a new
I mean,
target?
that George, they may have been waiting on you. They may have been waiting on you to see how low you can get it, and then they're going to tank it to where they double your damage.
God, I hope not.
Why not? It's what they do.
Oh,
So we want to get the best build out there. That's why we're giving you these targets early and run with them. And we're going to tell you this is not the final target. And if George gets it down to 45 minutes, we're going to make him take an hour and a half damage, and then the rest of you get whatever you get. When they start choosing how much damage they want you to have, we're all fucked.
but I mean, they can only up it somewhat. They can't double the damn damage. I mean, we
Sure
know
they
it's
can.
going to be okay if they double the damage, right? Say they double the damage output, so that would give me
An
hour and a half.
90 minutes, so an
90
hour and a
minutes,
half, right?
That's what I said, an hour and a half, right?
Hour and a half. That's not too bad though. In an hour and a half for 500 million points, I'll
sucks.
give you that.
That's
If I
terrible.
only
Well,
had
but how
to
many
do
people
3
can
of
do
them,
that?
500,000.
if I only had to do 3 of them and I was done, I might not have that much of an issue, right?
Yeah.
3 million
But the
points.
problem is that I
Agree with that.
don't need just 3,
No, I know.
right? I need like what is it, 6?
Like
Yeah.
I said, they're taking this target and they're tuning it to what they want, time or coin wise. And
But
that's all you get.
The problem with that is this is the latest I have ever had a build out for any target.
Yeah. And
I
if
mean,
you put it
it's a
out,
month later, and
if you put it out, they're going to adjust it. You already know they're going to do it. Whatever you recommend will screw everybody. Because they'll come back to the minimum damage they give you, and that's what everybody's going to wind up with. It will be 45 minutes.
Well, I know it's not going to be 45 minutes. I know that the damage is going up. I just don't know how much. And that's something that I really wish they would say ahead of time.
They got a little knob over here on the side that's going to say, okay, this is George's damage. Let's amp it up.
Don't put
Slide
this
up
on
to
me.
11.
I'm not putting it on you.
I'm just trying to fucking help, man.
Oh, dude, I know. What do you think I did when
You
we did the
know?
last show that I spent money on?
I know. I mean, it's
That's what I'm saying. I'm with you.
It's
So
just-
whatever you figure out, they're going to amp it up.
yeah.
I think he's just using you as an example. Whoever
Yeah.
it is that figures out how to do it the best, they're going to
Yeah,
use that
whatever
number.
it is. If Liam
In
comes
this
out
case,
and says,
you know,
you're exactly right. That's my point. Exactly right.
Yeah.
Whoever comes out with the best build and the best video and puts it out there and says, okay, guys, look, this is what I can do a 117 for. And then Kix comes out, okay, guys, here's the final target. And you go hit it and your damage double. You'll know they turned it up.
It's that slider thing that they said, isn't it? That we can slide it from 0 to 10 at any
From 0 to
time.
George.
No, 0 to George and then to 10.
Come on, man.
I'm saying that to have fun with you. You know how I feel about you, bro. I'm just saying it because it's funny as hell. Because
Yeah.
it can go-
We love what you do,
I
George.
actually do get mail blaming me for shit like this.
Oh,
so-
I know you do. That's why I'm going on with what I'm saying. Because you've got no control. You're just beating the piss out of their target,
Well-
and they're tired of that. So now they're taking George out of the equation.
Well, Hefe at one time says it will be everybody who posted YouTube videos that is changing the game, because the Kicks Eye at some point are going to look at all them videos and think, God, they're doing it for free, right? We better change that.
Kix doesn't need that.
Oh, they do.
They can pull. No, they can pull.
They know everything about this target. They play the same way we do. They can run the best built boats. They know within a minute what the damage is going to be with the best built boats. They're just waiting for somebody to try to tweak it and think outside of the box, and then go, okay, boop, there goes the lever. We're sliding it up. Yeah, I'm a big tinfoil guy on this. I just don't like the direction it's heading, because once they do it with the 117, they're going to do it with everything.
Yep.
Which is part of what they've been doing with that pass-through.
Yep.
You know, certain stuff that didn't have much of a pass-through, they're saying, oh, well, guess what? You're going to get this damage no matter what.
Well, the perfect example of that, you're exactly right again. You take something that did have a 100 pass-through, you put that new armor on there, all of a sudden it's got 360 pass-through. So your boats that were doing okay with just the regular armors, now you put the super duper stuff on there, you're taking, what, 2.6 or 3.6 times the damage, George? From 100 to 360?
And you can't avoid it.
No. That's automatic.
I mean, I just think what they're trying to do is go back to what the 115 was supposed to originally do, and I just don't want it to be excessive.
I don't expect to do everything for free. I don't expect to take it without KY.
Right. That's what I mean. I don't want it to be excessive. Like the 45 minutes, I think, is actually where they should balance this at. Because if you have to do 6 of them, I can't do that math. Someone do that math for me. 45 minutes by 6.
Well, it's 90 minutes for 2, so 270.
Just call it an hour, 6 hours.
Yeah.
No, you should not. You're not doing math on the show anymore, Jay.
That's 4.5 hours.
Thank you.
Well, yeah,
4.5 hours. I mean, 4.5 hours.
Really.
4.5 hours. It's going to eat. You have the choice of either, if you want to do anything else in the game, the choice, then you get that tough choice. You either coin whatever else you want to do, or you let this repair overnight and you don't play much more. Right?
I tell you what I'm going to do, and I'm not trying to suggest that anybody else does this. I coin my repairs on every FM that I do. I never slow repair.
Ouch.
If this target comes out and it does what I think it's going to do, which is double George's damage, I will not pay for an FM repair until they correct it. And if anybody else thinks that might be a good idea, they're welcome to join me. Until we get it back to where they want it to be.
Work it out coin ways then. If it's 45 minutes, then let's say they're going to double it to 90 minutes. That's going to be like 3 coins.
We just did that on mine a while ago. We had an hour and 38 minutes, and it was 3 or 4 coins.
3 or 4 coins per 500 million points. Is that acceptable to you?
No. It's not 500 million. It's 500,000.
So 500,000. Yeah.
It's not acceptable in the raid. Why would it be acceptable in normal play?
Exactly.
Yeah. No. They've lost their way.
Hasn't it been forever that we expect 1 coin for 1 million?
That's on the raid. This is not on the FM.
Oh, I know.
The FM is supposed to be for everybody. The FM is supposed to be inviting for everybody.
Exactly.
But that was when
not the people that were going to coin.
That was when the top raid price was 30 million.
Right.
Yeah. Not 300 million.
Not 3 billion.
And again, we're mixing up the raid and the FM. FM is supposed to be like an everyday activity.
You're right.
Requirement.
You're right, Hefe. And we're talking about it's going to require a top-end build with top-end tech to do the target, and it's going to increase in damage. You're absolutely right.
Unless we not forget about the mid-level players.
Well, that's where I'm talking about. The 115s were good for the mid-level players, but they're also good for us because we can do them free. And that's why Kix is doing away with them. Right. So at this point, I think if they want to do something like this, they need to level lock some of the targets.
That may be a solution.
If they don't want me to go out and hit 115s for free, they're going to piss me off, but I can accept that as long as they don't try to rape me on the 117s.
But that is what is going to
But
happen.
it didn't.
You've gone
Some of the
from
build that
doing it free.
I'll tell you, some of the builds that I do, that I try. Of course, I copy, but that I try to get done quick enough so that I can do the raid for free. I've spent money on tokens and things like that to get there, right? So it's not like it's free.
Exactly. And that's what Kixeye seems to overlook. We pay for these boats to do the things we want to do. We pay for the tokens. We buy the daily specials. We build the boats, and it's not enough. It's never enough. There's such a greed factor going on in this company.
The greed factor comes from the free players, though, because we're not paying for it. I don't have to pay for anything on this game. I haven't paid for anything in 7 years.
I've got a friend. I've got a friend that doesn't coin. She's a good friend. I am more than happy to coin more than my share so that she can continue to play the game.
Right. Well, that's different altogether, isn't it?
Well,
I mean, D-Daddy doesn't put out. That's what I heard.
At
least from what I heard. Is that true, D-Daddy?
It's true.
Okay. So we got agreement on that. No. As far as coining or not coining on this whole thing, I just find the big problem is how quickly they're moving this along. I don't think the game designers themselves would assume that, looking at the analytics, that this thing should be moved along this quickly. I mean, that's my thought associated with it.
Well, I did that poll, and I'll be honest, I'm kind of surprised how many people don't have that many dragons built.
There was no
kind of
fucking communication. There was no communication. There was no communication. There's no communication. Okay, should I be building my hydras? Or my
FM first. It's always
my secondary.
It has always been FM first.
Oh, yeah.
Hefe.
But
Hefe, I've been saying that for years, Hefe. I really have.
You've been saying that for years. You've been saying that for years, but Kixeye hasn't been saying anything.
Yeah, they did.
What I'm saying.
Yeah, they did. They said FM first too. It's in that damn chart that they put out last year or the year before.
Yeah, they all know.
Everybody says FM first.
Cornerstone at game, don't they? They all know it's important.
So if you do
I mean,
that,
we can't argue with them and say, "Hey, you can't fuck up the FM because it's the cornerstone of the game," and turn around and act like we don't know that it's the cornerstone of the game.
The issue is much larger. You get that? I mean, because Kixeye is supposed to be creating a game that the players want to play, right? That number one above the FM.
Okay, so let me ask a question at this point. Who remembers what the FM was originally created for?
Catch up.
To catch up.
Okay, so now I'm going to ask another question. It changed because now they're putting new tech in there, powerful tech in there for everybody else. So all of a sudden it became another money deal. So now they don't care about the catch up.
It changed a long time ago. We fucking jumped that shock.
That's what I'm saying, George, is they changed it. So what they should do is they should separate everything by raid bounty and everything else. They should introduce the new stuff in the raid and in the bounty, and the catch-up should be the FM. They should quit adding shit in there for the big players so that they have to focus on that, and let us do base hits and other crap instead of having to go out and spend 15 hours a week doing the FM.
Well, the FM at one time used to be a defense, so then it were an attack, then it were for hulls, and it were for something else. You know what I mean? It were.
Now it's the new Kixeye ATM. That's all it is.
Now it's add stuff from raid that you haven't won in raid.
But it shouldn't have any new stuff in there whatsoever.
So
it should be a catch-up.
Kev, what would you want changed in the how would you change it if you could tweak the FM? Because we know we're not going to be able to get rid of new stuff out of it. I mean, that's a given. That's so ingrained at this point. If you
can you agree with me that there should be nothing new in there? It should be catch-up only.
No, because the reason why I say no is because they've separated the PvP and PvE, and now they've stuck themselves in a corner for that. So no, I don't think that they can take out new shit out of the FM. If you had a chance to change it though, what would you change about it?
If I had a chance to change it, that's exactly what I would do. I would take everything new out of it and put it back to its original purpose, which is ketchup. If you choose to coin to ketchup, that's your choice.
Yeah, but that cat's already out of the bag. The way it is
but
now.
no. The way everything goes.
Kevin,
hey,
the way it is now, if you had a chance to adjust the FM, what would you do?
I'm going to go back to the same thing I just said.
Okay, that's not adjusting it. That's a complete makeover, man.
I'd leave the 115 in for at least another 2 more weeks. At least
not 2 more weeks. At least another 2
more
months.
Weeks. 2 more months. Yeah.
Well, 2 months. Look, 2 months is going to bring you to when the next generation of the FM comes out. I mean, the FM's supposed to change every 3 months. I mean, every 4 months.
Can't do the FM.
Well, that's a new thing.
You might as well not do it. You might as well not worry about it.
I'll go back.
You need your right house. You need your your right house, because the right house become the TLC house. And if you don't have both fleets for TLCs, we all know what's going to happen.
You're screwed.
So people are now building one Dragon, one Hydra, one Dragon, one Hydra. Now they're all done it wrong. They're all done it wrong.
There are 2 aspects of the game. There's PvE and PvP. There are 2 major factions in the game. There's raid and there's bounty. You separate it for whatever. People that want to do PvE have to do the raid. People that want to do PvP have to do the bounty. If you want to do both parts, you have to do the bounty and the raid. But the freaking FM should be there for mid and lower levels to catch up, or somebody like SPAC that took some time off to come back and get the things that he needs.
Yeah.
Yes. Totally agree. You need to change the game for SPAC. Oh my God.
No, I'm not talking. I'm talking about people like SPAC. I'm not talking about specific. SPAC took 2 years off. He didn't have a lot of things for a while.
I know SPAC. Yeah.
I know you know SPAC, but that's what I'm talking about. People like SPAC that have taken time off, whether it's ERF or whoever.
Yeah, I would go with ERF instead of SPAC. SPAC is different. Yeah,
I know.
A different creature.
I know.
But
you get what I'm saying.
So what is the 112?
I do, but it's amusing. Sorry, go ahead.
What is the 112 going to actually look like? Does anybody know? Is it like the 117 but lower damage, or is it like the 115 and higher damage? What is it? What's it going to be like? Does anybody know?
Well, no one knows yet.
Nobody knows.
Right. Okay. So we can't speculate until we know.
Well, you could speculate.
Because we might still be able to do the 112.
I mean, you know what I would guess? If I were going to speculate on anything on the 112, I would say that it would be similar to the 117, and it would be something of a stepping stone to get to the 117. So, maybe you could still use icebreakers on that one while you're building your dragons, something like that.
Yeah, I caught a 117 Junior earlier.
It's going to be 111 like.
Yeah, 111
is like the
111 versus the 115.
Yeah.
It's not going to look like the 111, but it's going to be
So
112 is going to be the junior version.
What we're saying is then it's going to look like a 115.
No.
With damage just above a 112.
No. It's not going to look like the 105. It's going to look like the 117.
I think it's going to be its own target, just like the 111 and the 115 are.
That's confusing.
I mean, that would be my guess. I don't know why the hell they would copy the same target over again like that.
Well, that's what they said.
Fucking lazy, right?
Well, maybe.
That's kind of what they did with the 111 versus 115.
Yeah, the 111 versus the 115. That is sort of like, okay, we're going to take this out, we're going to take that out, and then we're going to change it in minor ways, and that's what we ended up with, right?
I thought they were just going to drop the damage and change the number.
That's kind of what I think is going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 117 that's going to be detuned.
And slide down to level 3.
Maybe
hell, the 117 is already detuned.
That's
That's the scariest part. That is the scariest part of all. Like, if I was taking like 20 minutes of damage with the full build, then okay, I could see him maybe fucking tweaking it up. But at 45, I would like to see them keep it right there and leave it there until
Jesus Christ, George.
Because that's you though. Yeah, but that's you and that's top end, right?
Man,
So
I did it with two. I did it with 2 dragons for 2.5 hours of damage. Just
Right.
2.
Go down a couple
Yeah.
of levels and player, and you got 2-3 hour repair.
George, what was our expectation? A couple months ago.
For what?
What was our expectation hitting a FM target?
That we do it for free?
Yeah. Why don't we do it for free anymore? Because this is not a raid target. This is not. You understand what I'm saying, right?
Which is why I said if I have to hit 3 of them at that damage level, I'm fine, because I don't have to do anything other than just get it done.
If 3 were all that it required.
Right. That's the catch.
Which means they need to go to 1,000,000 points per target.
Yeah, let's say up the price. Yeah.
But of course, then they're going to up the price of the prizes to compensate.
I warned about that when they didn't put a cap on each fucking level.
Yep.
I still have an issue with that.
Like I said, last week we were all happy. This week, it's back to normal.
Chet, I was bringing this shit up last week. Whatever.
Hefe, you prescient.
Well, I've always said it's the calm before the storm.
You know, way ahead of time. You were right.
What? Whatever.
It's always
no, I'm just saying you were right.
I know, but I don't have any inside information, so it's sort of weird. Go ahead.
It's always the calm before the storm. They always make you happy, and everybody's all buzzing, and then all of a sudden they go, right, we're doing this to this, and everybody's up in arms, and it's always the same. It'll always be the same.
Yeah, that wasn't very interesting. So
let's just do tech as another round.
Everybody's saying walls to level 10.
Everybody's saying that 117. Well, stuff the 117, and just I've got 1 dragon, got no armor, and I did a 111. Pretty rough driving for an hour and a half damage. No armor. This is just 6 weapons on it and 2 antis, and that's it.
Okay, but how many points did you get? How many points?
You got 150,000 for that.
Yeah.
Okay, now multiply that times 3.
Yeah, well, if I don't know how many. If I've got my 4 dragons built, I'm sure I will get through there a lot less damage.
But you still have to multiply it times 3 to get less points than what you do to do 117.
Yeah.
And your damage is going to be less.
I don't even get.
You might be able to auto it almost with 4 of them. So I'm really not worried about.
Okay,
if I can't do it.
I have 4 of them, and I'll be happy to put them on auto in there if you want me to.
Well, no, don't put them on auto. Just drive through a 111.
You could probably auto them.
Yeah, but I don't want you to wreck them. Just drive through them normally, like quickly, without worrying too much about anything, and see how much damage you take in a 111.
Semi-auto.
And I've done a 115 with my Zelos and one of the dragons, and I had 10 minutes damage. So I don't.
I mean, to be honest,
117 is too hard. I'm just not going in it.
T-Daddy taught Rum how to drive, so let's go.
So Rum how to drive.
Yippee!
Go ahead, Rum.
Okay, I'm going to take my Kodiak out.
Rum just wishes he could drive like me.
I do. I'm so envious. I'm such a bad driver.
I'm only having yours, Rum.
I need Battle Pirates driving lessons.
Drive back.
Okay, so share. Boom, boom, boom.
So you're gonna try it without the.
What are you hitting, Rum?
I'm gonna go into a 111 because they seem to think that's gonna be a quick target.
For the.
Well, it didn't take too long when I did it. It was just 1. So
for
with
the dragons?
4, it should be.
Yeah.
Have you got any Zealous with them dragons at all, or is it just 4 dragons? Or
this
5
is 4 dragons, and
try putting 1 Zealous with it.
No, let's just. They said that I should be able to do this for very little damage.
Yeah, I'm just saying, put an anti with it.
1 for 1 hour and a half and had no armor on it. So, and I've got 2 sprites on it. That's it.
Can everybody see it?
Yeah.
I think so. Yep.
This is a 111, right? I'm not screwing up
Yeah.
something else.
It is a one.
Yeah, it's a
Okay,
111.
so I'm going to drive it fast the way that you. Well, excuse me, I'm driving dragons. I'm going to drive it like you suggested.
Drive it like
No,
a
drive them like a dragon, man. Drive them like icebreakers.
That's what I'm doing.
I'm like a stone.
That thing's gonna hurt you right there.
Yep.
Didn't.
Hot damn.
You see, with
How
two
much did,
Zealots.
wait, how did his charge go though? That's the thing that I'd like to know.
Oh yeah.
No, with two Zealots, you'll take all antis out of that anyway, like we do in 115.
Well, you can outrange a Drac carrier with
Yeah. I mean, he's driving them like an icebreaker, not.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Good so far.
Rum, what'd you put on for an engine on that?
Speed
Did
6.
you go? Oh, you didn't go Mag 3? Okay.
I remember I did mine
Didn't use the special either, huh?
I did mine before a lot of the other guys did, and I've still got one special that I can put on most of them.
But you didn't use the engine special that came with it?
What engine special?
Shit, no, I didn't.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Nope.
Yeah, that's what I've got on mine special.
I may have that on mine. I don't know. Honestly, I don't remember. We'll find out in a minute.
I got on mine. I have siege targeting 4, explosive system 4, alloy armor MX3, narrowed firing aperture, Mag 3, and 2 of them have frontline and 2 of them have.
Daddy, I'm going to go ahead and say right now you were right. You can do these pretty cheaply with 4 dragons.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't me.
No, that was actually
it was Toxic. I'm sorry.
But
I'll
I
have to
suppose
flatten your base now for saying that.
what I said, is if you split them up to 2 ships and put 1 Zealous with each, you should better do it free anyway with 2.
But why would you bother? I mean, look at this.
Yeah, there's no reason to.
Yeah, apart from mines in there.
Well, you know what's going to happen. They see what's going on now, so the 111s are going to be the next target to go bye-bye.
Uh-huh.
Well, I would assume that would go when the 112 comes, right?
Probably.
No, the 115.
No, the 115 goes away. The 111 stays.
The 115s are going away because the 117.
Yeah, but the 111 staying.
111 staying.
Well, it's going to be a transition like the 115 and the 117 were. I mean, the 111's not paired with the 117. The 115 is.
And your Dragon Breath's going to take out those fogged ones.
Oh yeah, that's right. It'll still damage it inside the. I forgot about that.
Sweet.
Oh, don't get that close to it. Damn, dude.
Yeah, you're really good.
Yo, that's too close, man.
Yeah, what the hell is that?
I was driving like an icebreaker. Just drive it through.
You don't drive icebreakers that close either. You were driving on the outside.
Yeah.
Too close.
Well, what I would have done
Amateur hour.
I would have driven them right up here.
Should have kept that range in your.
I would have driven right here to kill this, and then one of the 2 of those.
Yeah, that's what I normally do. Everybody I've seen goes all the way around the outside. It's like
those rockets.
Stay out of range of all rockets. They kick ass.
Otherwise.
Come on. Now, just out of curiosity, let's see what happens on auto.
Oh my gosh!
Well, you're going to hit every single mine if you do that.
Ah, that's true. That's
how
true.
Much damage is mines? Yeah.
We don't auto these things anyway.
No, you can't auto. You can semi-auto it, what we call semi, by just driving round the mines and doing rest at target for free with auto.